All right. I'm here. AWO in the house. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing good, guys. Hope you're kicking ass. Welcome to Let's Talk Pop episode 138 of Let's Talk Pop. Hope you're all doing good. Hope to see you guys in the chat in a minute. We're gonna get with this. Obviously, a lot of stuff to talk about. Really a lot. Okay? A lot of shit to talk about in the world of entertainment. What is there to talk about? Well, I've been away for a few days talking about Let's Talk Pop. I didn't stream yesterday. I was going to stream yesterday, but I got busy yesterday, so no stream yesterday. All right, guys. I hope to see the chat start popping soon. Please. All right. I got a lot of fun things actually to talk about. Okay, Zelda. We're talking about Zelda. First picks of Zelda from the live action Zelda, Legend of Zelda. That's what we're going to look at. We're going to take a look at all of that. Okay. Ninja Turtle news. A lot of Ninja Turtles news. I didn't edit my thumbnail or my title, but there is some major news Ninja Turtle wise. Okay. Okay. Ninja Turtle news. What else did I put in the description down below? So I gotta check the description. Jumanji 4 photo. Oh, let me look at that up. Oh, I have to upload that photo. I gotta get with this. When you upload a photo on here, it automatically goes on the main screen. All right, what else is there? Hunger Games, Sunrise of the Reaping trailer and pictures. I didn't see the trailer. I'm not gonna show you the trailer. I get in trouble. But there's pictures around. Jon Bernthal. Yeah, we got some comic book news. All right, Jon Bernthal. We'll talk about Punisher. Lanterns. Lanterns. Talk about Lanterns. Twisted Metal, House of Dragon, and Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, and 2 HBO Warner Brothers shows and a Peacock show, all today officially renewed for another season. Twisted Metal for season 3, House of Dragon for season 4, and Seven Kingdoms, even though that show hasn't come out yet, which it will, season 2. And there's other stuff. Okay, it's been greenlit. Okay. Okay. Now, please, all right, come watch my channel, guys. Come. You won't be disappointed. I promise you that. You won't be really disappointed with what you see. All right. All right. I want to see something. Okay. All right. There we go. Come say hello. We're going to talk Zelda. All right. Also, super chat me if you can. If you want, super chat me, please. Feel free to super chat me. All right. I got to check my Discord. Hope to see the chat start popping. All right. Oh. Oh, I know it'll start popping soon, but all right. Oh no, it's my voice. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I muted myself by accident, but I'm back from the dead. Okay, you always super chat me. I got some fun clips. I got some very fun clips for super chats only. Okay, for super chats only, I got some clips. All right, let's do this. Let's do this episode. This show. Okay, let's do this show. All right. Well, okay. Zelda, get that off the list. We'll get that off the list. Zelda, Legend of Zelda, top one of the top video game franchises there is of all time. No doubt about it. No question about it, right, guys? Obviously, it's one of the top video game franchises of all time. Zelda. Okay, so we know it's getting a movie, a live action movie with Sony. Okay, in making it. Okay, and right, and they have their Link and their Zelda cast, who can play the princess and the hero, Hyrulean hero. Okay, they have that cast with yet a young cast of people, probably not actors and actresses you haven't heard of. Nobody really have a name. None of them really have a name. It's quite, I wouldn't say anomalous. This is quite. They just don't have a name. I was looking for the word. Okay, so yeah, they have their Link and Princess Zelda cast. Very young cast, as the characters in the game are perceived to be very, very young. So very young cast, right? Very young cast. Okay. Now, a lot of people, I know Blinded, for example, who may not be here. I know Blinded, for example, had his reserves. What do you say? Reserve his yeah, I think reserves about. He felt reserved about how he would and he's not the only one. How Zelda shouldn't be a live action movie. It should be animation, like Mario is, like Mario and other video games adaptations. Some video game adaptations are better as live action, and some are better as live action animation, which is a little different from live action in a sense. And I know Blinded has his reservations about that, if that's the word. He's not here right now. I don't know if he's coming or he's going to be in the chat. He could attest to that. He could vouch me on that, I guess. I know there's others on the social media when it was announced this movie is going to be live action, not live action animation, live action. And I was surprised with that too. I figured Zelda, since Zelda obviously compared to Mario, the Zelda franchise, there is more story than Mario. Zelda, you could make. To me, Zelda is more than just a simple story. Really, really, there's more narrative. There's more of depth to the Zelda franchise than Mario. Really, Mario is basically the same premise: save the princess. Yeah, they added new villains, new characters, things like that. But Zelda is a little bit more story oriented. little bit more story driven. Then, and I still think that could work as animation. I think you could have animation with more storytelling, more in depth storytelling. And you look at Minecraft and Mario. Compare those two movies. Both movies did tremendously well at the box office. Both movies are not that good, but they did serve the purpose because those movies were very much video game like, and it worked like a video game, really. Except the only difference is you're not playing any of the characters in those games, okay? In those movies. And it worked for those movies. It worked for those movies. Zelda, on the other hand, I could do both. You could do both. Look, Minecraft is live animation / whatever, right? Zelda, I don't know what Zelda's going to be. But Zelda is definitely a lot more story involved, and with the Zelda, it's a franchise. There's a lot of different timelines too, right? There's a lot of different timelines, and from this, I don't know what they're going to tackle. Obviously, they could. I think they will come up with the basic story here. Not exactly going to go with one for one from one of the games. Like, I don't think it's going to go one for one Ocarina or Majora's Mask or Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past, Tears of the Kingdom. I think you're just going to take inspiration from a bunch of Zelda games. Basically the same story. It's Link and Zelda's relationship in Ganon or Ganondorf. You're just going to find a way to take inspiration from maybe multiple Zelda games and implement it into one movie. Maybe. Like the Mario franchise. Yeah. Mario's implemented Mario Kart in a way in the first movie, because they're not going to make a Mario Kart movie. I mean, they can, but do they really need to see a Mario Kart movie? But it kind of implemented some of the stuff from the games into one movie, and they're going to do that with the second movie, Galaxy. Okay? Here, now I haven't shown you the pictures yet. I'm sure if you're going to watch this channel, okay, or see the stream up later. I'm sure you may know about this already. You may have seen the pics. Okay? You may have seen the pics. All right. So if you haven't, I'll do you a favor. I'll show you the pics. Zelda and Link on set. And it's in my thumbnail, obviously. So if you search me if you sub to me, if you get a notification, you'll see the thumbnail. If you're not, if you just search me up on YouTube, well, not just me, but randomly Zelda and Link, and you see this stream up, you might see the thumbnail. But if you haven't, I'll show you the picture in the thumbnail. Okay? I gotta find it. All right. Here it is. Here it is. Link on the left, Zelda on the right. Right? Zelda is an elf. You can see the ears. Right? She's like an elf. You can see the ears. She has longer hair. She doesn't have the shorter hair. It looks like she has a bow and arrow. So she's going to definitely get involved in some combat here. So she has you see arrows in the back. You see the bow. You see Link. Link's hair seems a little lighter. A little bit lighter in the ear. But he does have the hairstyle fits. He does definitely wear his outfit, his costume, his attire definitely matches. Same with Zelda. They do look right now good. Okay. Now this is from the side view, so not from the front. So I don't know any about things about the actors. I mean, you can see it. You can see definitely a little bit more of the face from the Link actor. Don't know much about him, but I think he's younger than the Zelda actress. But we gotta remember, Link is kind of young. right? Link is young. Zelda is young too and old. I think she's older. But this first photo of Zelda Link from the set of Legend of Zelda, I think it's fine. I I don't see a problem with this photo. The scenery looks good. You can see like it's a perfect background. You can see like there's definitely mountains in the background. I don't know where they're filming this. Maybe in Australia, maybe in England, but the setting definitely fits the Legend of Zelda back games matches. Okay, so so overall, the picture looks fine. The the first pick of from the set of Legend of Zelda looks a-okay in my opinion. Good enough in my opinion. Okay, good enough in my opinion. And I'll see this movie. Okay, I'll see this movie. It is a director who did the Last Planet of the Apes movie, which I thought was fine. Wasn't anything special. Wasn't like a movie that made you go, oh my god, blah, blah. It was a solid movie, right? It was a movie, if you just want to go sit back and relax, enjoy a good time, it's fine. Okay? Okay? It was not an event. Okay? All right? All right. That's all I got to say about Zelda. If you come in later in the chat and give me your thoughts, I'll reply to you. Super chat me. I'm not going to show you new clips unless more people in the chat appear or super chat. Okay? Okay. All right. I want to move on to Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles. You made Ninja Turtles. Turtles in a hash shell. Turtle power. Yeah. Okay. I'll move on to that. Okay. So, as I was making this thumbnail and title, which I didn't have time to change, new things came to light about Paramount and Ninja Turtles. Okay. When I made this title and thumbnail, the only thing that came out at the time I was making this, or a little bit after the news came out, was Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin was canceled by Paramount. Okay, canceled. Was not going forward. Okay, not going forward. And then a little bit later on, Paramount, whatever, they're still announcing they want to do a new rebooted live action Ninja Turtles. Not the Michael Bay ones. They don't want to continue the Michael Bay ones, but they wanted to start fresh and new, a new one, live action Ninja Turtles, away from the last Ronin, right? And I believe still they're going to do, I think they're still doing a sequel to Seth Rogen's animated Ninja Turtles. That was fun. It came out 2 years ago. Okay? Yo, the grass is in the house. Now, why do I think they canceled Ninja Turtles Last Ronin? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I only think of one reason. One reason. It's not budget. It's not. You couldn't get anything done. One reason. I know Ninja Turtles was dark in the early 80s. Ninja Turtles was dark in the early 80s. Yes, the comics are dark in the early 80s. But the brand of Ninja Turtles for decades is not a brand for, it's not a gritty, it's not a gritty, it's not that kind of, the brand for Ninja Turtles since then is not really been dark, okay? It's not a dark brand anymore in the sense of at the beginning. Ninja Turtles, the impression of Ninja Turtles since the cartoon, since whatever, and all that stuff, it's, here's the thing. I don't think Last One would do well because of that, because the brand of Ninja Turtles is not really that kind of brand anymore. It's not been that brand for decades. And I don't think, and I think Paramount, whoever knows that, should research that, knows that sorry, but this brand is not that. It's not the this brand. This Ninja Turtles, the brand of Ninja Turtles, the view of Ninja Turtles, the image of Ninja Turtles is that was gone. That was gone in the beginning, way long ago. The brand, the view of Ninja Turtles, the brand of Ninja Turtles is really all for kids. They haven't really. It's not. Ninja Turtles hasn't done what Marvel and DC. I'm going to use them best example because Marvel and DC, yeah, it's just for teens and maybe younger kids. But Marvel and DC, the comics, they're kind of dark. Okay, they're not really, really dark, like extremely dark. I mean, they're like more like TV 14 to 17, I would say. If you want to use the TV ratings for comic books. But Ninja Turtles has not been like that for a long time. Ninja Turtles has not really swayed towards more older audiences for a long time. And I don't think I think exactly, and I don't think it'll work in this. I don't think that would work in Ninja Turtles, an adult Ninja Turtles kind of adaptation. I don't think it'll work. And if you last year we had the Deadpool daddies, you would really have them. It would be a bigger issue than Ninja Turtle daddies. It just wouldn't work. And I think Paramount deep down saw that. It's like, no, this brand hasn't been dark for 80 years. Okay? It won't work. You can't. It's a recipe for disaster. So with Ninja Turtles, I think they saw that, and they do plan to do a live action Ninja Turtles, right? Again. And it's going to be more kid-friendly, stuff like that. All right? For that, right? It's the brand. It's the brand. Okay? I know some people suggest you should take risk. You should take risk with your with film. Ninja Turtles is not something you take a risk with. We had a White Power Ranger movie. Which one? No, we had a what? Power Ranger Papas and X. Oh, so okay. So I got new. Oh, since this chat is starting to pop right now, I got new clips, funny clips, and I want to use them. I want to use them so bad. Okay, I want to use them so bad. I just gotta find the right time to use them. It's a lot of Snyder new clips. Snyder versus new clips. You've seen them already. Oh. You think so? I mean, if I was doing merger equation and I look at the properties that Paramount has, I'll be like, yeah, Ninja Turtles is. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this in Ninja Turtles? Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I'd be like, Ninja Turtles has been very kid friendly. You want to see? You want to see something? You want to see Karen's? You want to see Karen's? Here.
Restore the Snyderverse! Let him finish the story!
Heroes! Move on! Trust the plan! DC's future is bright! Let new voices lead! You don't get it! Back off, man! Stop pushing! Hey, stop it!
I found a way to extend it. 15 seconds. Okay. Okay. And I agree with TJ. Last one would not do well. Okay. Yo, Walter Hamada might be in jeopardy. He might be. I mean, is he safe? I'm just asking. Is he safe, Walter Hamada? Okay. Is he safe, Walter Hamada? No one is safe. Not even you. Oh man, I'm pointing at the computer. I'm pointing at myself on the computer. Not even you. I'm gonna fire myself from my own streams. I'm gonna fire myself. Oh man, oh man. But they're still doing the Seth Rogen one, the animation, right? They're still doing that, and they're gonna do a new live action Ninja Turtles again. So they're gonna go still do that. Okay. All right. I guess you mean Ninja Turtles. They Turtle powered. Oh man. Oh man. All right. What do I want to talk about now? I mean, that's top two for 28 minutes. I could be like John Campia, who said, I don't know. John Campia did not like the Now You See Me, Now You Don't movie. He hated it. John Campia hated it. Oh, by the way, Comic Book News. This is Comic Book News. This is Comic Book News, guys. Comic Book News.
Hear that? That's another number in the Snyder Colts lost column. Every week you tell the excuses like it's championship gold. You call yourselves a movement? You're a message board with Wi-Fi and a Messiah complex. He ain't walking through that.
Okay? There, Comic Book News. You see a whole fucking list. A whole fucking thread. Then I saw him. Oh, Greg. Okay, then he says, I saw one reply. Well, as a Miller doesn't come back, and he replies to the guy who says, what about Grant Gustin? I'm like, yeah, Grant. See, that's how you know it's bullshit. When he says Grant Gustin. What has Grant Gustin done since The Flash? Honestly, nobody since The Flash. I mean, no disrespect. I'm sure they have smaller. Certainly, some of them have some job, some acting, some other things. But most of the people from The Flash, since it ended, especially the main character, Grant Gustin, hasn't been in anything since. Why would he cast him? What? Hypothetically, why would he? Replace as? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm going on a tangent here. Like, fucking ridiculous. That's stupid shit. Grant Gustin. Roger Rabbit? Hey, I'm looking forward to the Jessica Rabbit. I want the Jessica Rabbit movie to be live action. Okay? We need live action Jessica Rabbit. I don't want it to be animation. Live action. Live action Jessica Rabbit. I won't accept anything else. So I saw Hunger Games. I didn't see the trailer for Hunger Games. I just saw the pictures, right? And so they show the younger versions again itself. Jesse Plemons is playing younger Philip Seymour Hoffman. You got Ralph Fiennes in there, Ella Fanning. But I didn't see the trailer. I didn't watch it. Oh, Grant Gustin does low budget Netflix rom-coms with dogs. Yeah, this is exactly what Paramount's going to do if they buy it. Bring Grant Gustin in. They'll replace Ezra Miller. Yeah, you're right. Puppy Love. Nobody from the Arrowverse no lead hero character from the Arrowverse, Stephen Amell or Greg Gustin had success since leaving the Arrowverse. Stephen Amell went to Ninja Turtles 2. No, all right. Now, Ninja Turtles 2 was supposed to be his movie breakout role, right? But that movie flopped, so no. All right. After Arrow, he did Heels, which, you know what? I didn't think it was bad. The only problem, it only lasted 2 years. 2 years, okay? Then he went to the L.A. Suits version, which was a joke, flop. It got canceled after 1 year. He's not. And Greg Gustin doesn't do anything. So it's Netflix version of Hallmark movies. By the way, Netflix does do movies, like some movies Netflix puts out are like Hallmark produced. Okay. Who? I never read the books. I see some of the movies. But man, this one hurts. Next topic hurts. But I can understand why. Why. If you're all looking for the lanterns to come out early next year, what I mean before Supergirl, well, Lanterns is not coming back. It's not coming back. Not coming out early next year. Lanterns is being moved to the summer 2026. Coming out in summer 2026. That's when Lanterns is coming back out. Okay, coming out summer of 2026 after Supergirl. So 2 possible reasons. And one of these reasons I think is most likely. Okay? Some things in Lantern you might see from Supergirl. Supergirl might tease something for Lanterns, kind of like Peacemaker. There's a reason why Peacemaker came after Superman, right? Because it was a continuation building up the DCU. So Lanterns might have the exact same trajectory, no, not trajectory, but the exact same idea, like that. Okay, it could be like that. It's possible. It's a very possible. It's only moved back. It's a very possible, strong reason. I mean, it's not like you something an idea you throw away, right? It's not because Marvel and DC do stuff like that all the time, so it's not an idea to throw away. I wouldn't dismiss it, right? It's something I wouldn't dismiss so easily. Okay. Also, another thing, they want to make Lanterns a Sunday show, right? But it's quite possible that they have an idea what they want under Sunday shows to be early 2026. Okay? Okay? I'm addicted. Okay. That could be some reason. There could be a reason there. You got 2 Game of Thrones shows in the same year. House of Dragon and Seven Kingdoms or something like that. Two shows in the same year. You got The Pit. You got Hacks, the finale of Hacks. I don't remember Degrassi, man. I'm sorry, but the DMs on the desktop, it's all over the place, man. It doesn't let you know. It doesn't notify you if you got a DM. On the phone, it does. It's really, really bad on desktop right now. It's a mess. But okay. Oh yeah, I know a hedge knight. Also, yeah. So speaking of that, yeah. So the both Game of Thrones spin-offs have been renewed. House of Dragon has been renewed for season 4 for 2028, and it's supposed to be the last season. Season 4 is last season for House of Dragon, and even though the show hasn't premiered yet, but Seven Kingdoms, Night of Seven Kingdoms is getting a season 2. Season 2 from Warner Bros. Discovery HBO. That's happening with the HBO spinoffs. They're both getting another season. Okay, House of Dragon season 4, which they said a couple years ago they're only playing 4 seasons, and Seven Kingdoms will be getting a season 2. Okay, and that show Task is getting a season 2, and this other show is getting a season 2 from HBO. So HBO came out with a full force of news of announcing another seasons for some of their projects. And also, Peacock came out and said Twisted Metal is getting a season 3. That's no surprising based on the ending of season 2. Obviously, that's leaving on a cliffhanger for season 3. And Twisted Metal is really, really good. Twisted Metal is very, very good. It's a very, very good movie. So it's season 2 is really, really. It's a fun show. It's a fun, humorous, graphic, violent show. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but it's a fun show. And I'm not surprised they're gonna do a season 3 based on the ending, and that's okay. I'm sure we're gonna get Anthony Mackie coming back. Doesn't have a showrunner. Tulsa King doesn't have a showrunner. I don't know. Tulsa King, and my back itches. My back is itchy. Okay. I really like Twisted Metal. Invincible fans are shitting on Dispatch because they felt like they whipped off Invincible. Hey, you know what? Have an Invincible versus Dispatch rivalry, Have some fun. Create a rivalry between the two fandoms. Okay? You could be like, Okay.
God, you guys are still out here with your little Snyder cult signs? Jeez, you're more delusional than my mom thinking I'm gonna eat salad. Nobody cares about your 4-hour slow-mo sad fest, alright? Move on, losers.
It has artistic integrity.
Invisible whipped off Savage Dragon. Yeah, technically. I mean, they're both image, right? Yeah, it's a creative freedom, obviously. Isn't image technically doesn't really own the characters. It's true. Our, but that's okay. Okay, where am I? Where am I? Oh, my battery's about to run out. Shit. I got 10% left. All right, got 10% left on my battery. My phone. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, do you think James Gunn is going to be at John Cena's final match? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. I'm going to watch John Cena's final match, and Brad's going to be mad. Brad's going to be mad. I mean, there was a lot of controversy involved this week, man. With the football player, oh man, with the football player getting involved despite being hurt, injured, and out for the year. Bro, John Cena is almost 50 years old. He's almost 50 years old. John Cena is almost 50. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He's 20. He's 48. He's almost 50 years old, John Cena. Man. Guys, what if John Cena, red. What if John Cena pulls a Mark Henry? Instead of pulls a Mark Henry, but he's doing it for a year-long thing. Instead, he's pulling the ruse for a year long. Instead of Mark Henry for one night. Guys, what if he's pulling a Mark Henry? But a year-long Mark Henry. John Cena is going to be cool. If John Cena, you know what? Here's the thing, Degrassi. John Cena could probably do Broadway. Reason why? He's a wrestler. And it's probably easier for him to do Broadway than some other actors and actresses. Because if you really think about it, even though every week it's not the same lines, it's not the same thing, it's kind of like when you're wrestling every week, it's kind of like you're on Broadway. Okay? It's kind of like you're on Broadway. Because you're performing in front of a crowd. The only difference is, even though on Broadway when you're in front of a crowd, you're not really reacting to a crowd. I mean, if they hear them boo or whatever, I'm sure you're aware, but you're not really reacting to a crowd. In wrestling, you're always reacting to a crowd, right? The closest thing to wrestling where you're reacting to a crowd is actually stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy. That's the closest thing where you're reacting to a crowd is stand-up comedy. Cuckoo's Nest. If John Cena's Cuckoo's Nest, I want to see him do Broadway. Can you imagine John Cena doing Broadway? Fuck, I just realized something. On Raw, they had 3 people from the Street Fighter movie. They had freaking Andrew Schultz, who's in the Street Fighter movie, and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. It was also from the Street Fighter movie. Oh, also, ironically, CM Punk is also, and Roman Reigns are voicing characters in Zootopia too. It's natural for the top stars in wrestling, the really, really top stars, to transition to acting, I think. It's always been like that. The Rock, Batista. I mean, you're starting to see Roman Reigns. John Cena's done it. Cody's going to do it for sure. Cody Rhodes. I mean, there's other top stars that haven't transitioned to it. Oh, you think so? You bet on somebody? There's other wrestlers who tried who haven't. I mean, Goldberg is somewhat successful in a way. I mean, he's been some movies and some shows. He was in The Flash, by the way. Goldberg was in The Flash and the Goldbergs. Ironically, he was in a show called The Goldbergs. Kevin Nash has been a little bit of an acting, but Goldberg and Nash haven't become leading characters. Cody Rhodes is starting to get there, right? A little bit. Roman Reigns is starting to get there too. Okay? Batista's there, Rock's there, Cena's there. Hogan got there, but when did Hogan stop doing movies? When did he stop? When did he stop? Because the thing about Hogan, I don't think he liked really doing movies and TV shows. I know when he did Thunder in Paradise, it got canceled. He got canceled, right? He got canceled, Thunder in Paradise, because he wanted to go back to wrestling. And then he was doing a movie in Ninjas, right? Ninjas 3. While he was in NWO days. And I don't think he's really done a lot of movies in the 90s or late 90s or 2000s. I don't know if they weren't bothered interested in getting him. He was still a hot act in WCW, or he just wasn't interested in doing movies anymore or shows. Grab him as a new batch. Punk is a big one, and so is Night Patrol. The thing about Punk, the thing about Punk, he probably should get bigger roles in more mainstream movies. I mean, look at Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is getting a decent role. He's not getting like a bodyguard or something. He's getting a decent role in Highlander. And a lot of smaller wrestlers, they leave. They do end up getting small roles in acting. I mean, it's a natural transition at times for wrestlers to go into acting. A lot of them have acting agents. You know that, right? A lot of them are part of SAG. A lot of actors are part of SAG. They are part of SAG. A lot of them. Okay? A lot of them are part of SAG anyway. So, not a surprise. So this is what wrestlers really do. Once they're done wrestling, they start a freaking podcast on YouTube. A lot of them start podcasts on YouTube. And look at Maven. Maven's probably making more money on YouTube than he's ever made in his career. The guy gets more than 100,000 views. He gets a lot of money. He gets a lot of views. On his videos. And if you listen to Maven talk, I can see why he's successful. He's really a turkey. You can really, right? This is the way he talks. Listen to him. Maven's like that. How about Stevie Richards? Stevie Richards is having more success with YouTube than his career in wrestling. Okay? Demon Doug is killing it in wrestling on YouTube right now. Okay? Taker is taking a lot of heat. Taker has a YouTube channel, but Taker's podcast is bad. is really, really bad. Ever since he had his wife on it, that's bad. Taker's podcast is bad. But like Stevie Richards is killing it. Okay? That's my tell to you. Dude, Steve, the mid-card YouTubers and the lower-card YouTubers are doing better than some of the upper-card YouTubers. Eric Bischoff is doing okay. Okay? Randy Savage rules, yeah. It's so that's what they do. They end up doing YouTube podcasts. Like Austin has one of the most successful podcasts. Same with Jericho. And Jericho has done acting here and there, right? Too, right? Who else? So they go into that. They go into acting, stuff from roles, things like that. They'll either open up their own gym too, wrestling gym and schools, right? Or some will find regular jobs too. They have. And they have. But a lot of them have fucking YouTube, man. Oh my god. And I find listening to wrestlers, YouTubers stories about their time in the industry and things like that really, really interesting because it's just an interesting story. I find it's different than listening to sports athletes when they get podcasts. I just think wrestlers have a more interesting stories and perspective than actual athletes because this is what athletes do too, man. Athletes now, right? Here's the 3 things athletes do. 3 or 4 things athletes do after they retire. They don't get a normal job. They won't get a normal job like, car insurance man or becoming like a salesman at a store, right? What do athletes do after they retire? A couple things. They get into the commentating business, right? Sports commentary, analysis, and stuff, shit like that, right? That's what they do. 2, they get into coaching, right? Whether it's the pros, college, or even high school. Some athletes go back to coach high school. And 3, they get into management at some point, like upper management, GMs, things like that. And 4, they have a podcast. They start a podcast. Oh, yeah, athletes do open car dealerships, but so many athletes these days have fucking podcasts. Almost every single athlete has a freaking podcast. And the worst part is, I think this should not be allowed in sports. I think if you're a current athlete, you should not be allowed to have a podcast. Because you're probably going to reveal things that should not be public. And you're going to talk shit, and you're going to cause problems. Okay? Punk was in Sons of Anarchy. He was in that show, right? That show that came out this year. Revive, right? Podcast was a drug dealer in that show. Wasn't he like a drug dealer or something in that show? I haven't watched the whole season, but I think he was like a drug dealer or something like that. Oh yeah, and Punk Revive was, and Punk and AJ Lee. They have a connection to the Whippiverse. Not a direct connection, but they did a Sasuke movie. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. No woman in WWE outside of China Sable made it big in. Okay. Why did I get? Okay. And let me tell you, I listen to Undertaker's podcast. Oh my god. Not every wrestler should have a podcast. Okay? Not every wrestler should have a podcast. I'm telling you. Okay? Oh man, I don't know. It's just this is. I mean, even Cody Rhodes has a podcast, but the thing is, Cody Rhodes and Undertaker's podcast are kind of owned by WWE. So I don't like podcasts that are actually owned by the company because they can control. They can control, right? They can control what's being said, sponsors, all that stuff. Right? They have right. I rather. If a wrestler has a podcast, I'd rather they have ownership and control, and not owned by a corporation like WWE. Okay, but I don't know how many wrestlers in the WWE right now that are contracted WWE have podcasts or not part of WWE. I don't know. I think Cody. I don't know if Cody has a podcast. Cody Rhodes' podcast. I know he has one in WWE. Oh yeah. By the way, Cody Rhodes is a big geek. He is a geek. I mean, Cody Rhodes is a huge geek. I mean, he made it seem like a jock. Like, he gives you the impression he's a jock at times, right? Like, he grew up as a jock, right? And then as a character, he has, like, he wears a suit when he's cutting a promo, but he's on American Hero, whatever. But he's a huge geek. Cody Rhodes is a huge geek. He's a gamer. He's a huge gamer. He likes comic books, X-Men, and Mr. Sinister. All right, he loves X-Men. He likes Star Wars. And, yeah, he likes all that. He's a comic book fan. Yeah. The thing is, he doesn't give you the impression like he would be into this stuff. He gives you the impression that he's a jock. He grew up as a jock, right? Somebody who's good at sports, right? And he gets all the ladies at the girls. But he's not. He's not. He's not. He's one of us. He's one of us. And honestly, there's a lot of wrestlers that are into the same stuff, man. Punk is one of us. Punk is a huge comic book fan. Huge comic book fan. Okay? Same with AJ Lee. Right? Now, here's the thing where I disagree about wrestling and comic books. I do think there's a parallel at times, but I don't think it's a huge parallel between wrestling and comic books. Because the main reason is, because most wrestlers, you can't find me one wrestler that stayed babyface for the whole entire career. And a heel for the whole entire career. You can't find one. I can't find one right now. Even the most despicable heels and the greatest babyfaces were a heel or a babyface at some point, right? John Cena. Oh, John Cena started as a heel, right? And was a babyface for 20 years and became a heel. Now, Bob Backlund became a heel. Degrassi, he became a heel in the mid-90s when wrestling was shit. He was a heel in the mid-90s. Ric Flair is considered one of the greatest wrestlers and one of the best heels, but there was a couple times he was a babyface. Austin started out as a heel in WCW and turned a great babyface. It's hard. And there's some wrestlers who've been more as a babyface longer as a heel, like Hogan, Cena, things like that. Okay. Oh no, Backlund was a babyface most of his career, but he was a heel in the mid-90s. Okay, but there's a lot of wrestlers, but most wrestlers they turn heel or babyface a lot. Oh, There's one baby face that should have never turned heel in his career. Never turned heel in his career. One wrestler should never turn heel in his career because he did turn heel. One wrestler I can think of, he did turn heel, but that's fucking WCW. They're stupid at times. They should have never turned Rey Mysterio heel. Rey Mysterio is like the only wrestler I can think of that should have been face for his entire career. Okay? Face. Baby face for his entire career. But they did turn heel in WCW. And remember, I don't know how many people know this. I don't know how many people, young people know this. Mysterio wrestled without a mask. Seriously, there's no... Seriously, every babyface is going to end up being a heel at some point. And every heel is going to end up being a babyface at some point. They just may not be doing as much as other wrestlers. Because some wrestlers could do both very, very well. And some can't. Some wrestlers could change heel to babyface very, very well. Like the Kane, Big Show, Triple H. I think Shawn Michaels could have done that. Okay, think of characters like that. Now the thing is, all right, thing like that. That's one of the major things. My gripe is about comparing comic books to wrestling. The thing I do agree with there is that comic book characters are bigger than life people, and wrestlers are bigger than life people, right? Obviously, just can you imagine how bad comic books would be in the mid-90s if they had similar heroes or villains like the mid-90s WWE wrestlers? I mean, how could the WWE wrestlers, everybody in WWE in the 90s had a gimmick that was an occupation. They had fucking Dumpster Drozy. They had a plumber, garbage man. Oh, that's stuff. Okay. They had, what else? Oh, a monk. Okay. A monk, pirate. Really, really bad gimmicks in the mid-90s. Really, really bad. It's fun because the only really, really bad gimmick in the 90s that really succeeded is The Undertaker. It's The Undertaker. Because The Undertaker could have been a gimmick that could have failed quickly. Supernatural, to me, supernatural gimmicks don't have a long lifespan in wrestling. They don't. They don't. It's one of those things where they need a change. I mean, because over time, Undertaker has changed over the years. He kept the character fresh. Kane's a perfect example too. He's done it because with Undertaker, remember when he first came in, he was a zombie-like figure, right? He wouldn't sell. He was just standing there taking punches or kicks. He wouldn't sell, right? But as years went on, that got boring. He knew he had to change, so it became more alive. Even though he's a dead man, but he became more alive. Like he was moving more. He was showing more of his arsenal. He was wrestling more. And then as the late 90s came, he started to talk more. And he didn't talk like, Yokozuna, you will rest in peace. No, he started to talk more like, Kane, you are my brother. I promise I will not fight you. Things like that. And he changed his attire. And then he became corporate ministry, Undertaker, where he was more like a devil figure, right? That's a great character too. And then he became American Badass and things like that. He kept himself fresh, right? Because supernatural characters don't really last long. To me, they don't have lasting. Majority of the time, don't really have a lasting presence. Undertaker worked. Kane worked. Okay. There's just some gimmicks that have no. There's just some gimmicks in wrestling that may work for a while, but there's no upward trajectory. There's no potential in them going forward. If you have a gimmick that has no potential going forward, most of the time you end up going backwards. Before I end this, Jon Bernthal will not return as Punisher in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So you will not see Jon Bernthal the next season of Daredevil. But you will see him in a special in Spider-Man. Okay? So he's not returning for Daredevil, but he's still returning for his own special in Spider-Man. Brand new day. Which I'm okay with. I can accept that. I think a lot of people were expecting him to be in Daredevil, or figure to be in Daredevil, part of the team he assembles to take on Kingpin in his anti-vigilante squad. But that's not the case here. All right. Well, I'm going to go now. I said what I said. Okay. I'll be back Saturday for sure for something Saturday. So with that, have a good night.
Come on. Thanks for watching him, bitch.